Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lionheart, and I'm trying hard to deliver the best tips and tricks to you people out there. Okay, well, let's get right into it. In the background, you see some half decent um, gameplay of mine from yesterday's streaming. Yo, I hope you enjoy. I'm painfully aware I'm not implementing all of these tips yet myself, but soon to be. Anyways, getting into it. First of all, make this a habit. First heal, then reload, because after healing, it takes a certain amount of time for your HP to actually regenerate. So you want to use that time while with reloading. Also, you want to always heal yourself first to not be as vulnerable as before. And if you do the reload first, you're actually wasting time in which you are very vulnerable and you still have to heal yourself afterwards. You cannot directly rush after the animation has finished because you need to wait like 1 second or something for your HP to come back. So make this a habit, first heal, then reload. Number two, stay, stick and play with and around your team, because if you're alone, all on your own, rushing into an enemy group of 3 or 4 people, most likely they will just shoot you down. So you can actually win those fights much more easily if you're with your team. You can kill off solo targets easily with your team, and you get, for every confirmed assist, you get 100 points. So that will help you really building up your score streaks quickly, then getting more kills again, which will result into you winning the games, getting the bonus XP, and getting to prestige more easily. Tip number 3 would be to pre-aim. This can give you the deciding factor really into the gunfights. And when you go pre-aiming around corners, wherever you expect the enemy to appear, doorways, routes or flanks, wherever, I recommend you to pre-aim to get that little advantage over your enemy, which can result into you winning the gunfight, and then you can again survive, get more kills, get more score streaks, etc, etc. Again, building up score streaks, I recommend you to use your special ability as soon as possible, because once you get better at Black Ops 4, you might even be able to farm a second one. So make sure to hit that special ability button, get the most out of it, convert it into some kills right away, right? That also gives you a team an advantage in points again, and then go hard and try to get a second special ability during that match. Next tip, positioning and spawns. Be aware of the enemy spawns. This is also basic, but really essential. How do you do that? Well, observe the kill feed and observe, of course, the minimap. Observe where your teammates are spawning. Okay. Now let's assume you want to go for a flank. I definitely can recommend flanking, especially with the ruin. With this grappling hook, you can flank pretty quickly. It can be rewarding, but especially for flanking, if you don't want to waste time, you need to be aware where your enemies are spawning. Okay, you can get to them from behind, kill off several of them, like 2 or 3. You actually can get those multi-kills when you have a good position, but how do you do the flanks properly? Okay, let's assume you want to flank from the very first second the map has just begun. And so you're taking a long route going outside, you do not encounter any enemies, but your teammates do. And actually they kill off almost their entire team, and like 1 or 2 of your teammates die as well. Now you see your teammates are actually spawning in front of you. Okay, first you have to observe the kill feed to realize that they are killing off most of the enemies already. And then you realize 2 of your teammates are spawning in front of you. So you have to instantly do a 180-degree turnaround and get back into your initial spawn, right? Because you can safely assume that your enemies will be spawning there now. Then another tip which is really important, which you might encounter, or which you will probably encounter in the Black Ops 4 multiplayer, is if you spawn in a spawn all on your own or with maximum 1 other teammate, you can safely assume that your enemies will be spawning behind you in like 10 or 20 seconds. Really. So if as soon as you leave the spawn and you are the only one spawning there, right? Your teammates are not following up spawning in that spawn, but they are on the other side of the map, you can pretty safely assume that soon the enemies will be running out of this place. So make sure to observe your back. Okay. Also be aware of your surroundings. There is the mesh mine, right? It's indicated by a little red light. Be very aware of that one. Every time you see a red light, the alarm bell inside your head should ring, because if you walk into it, you are dead instantly. Your score streak will be eliminated. So be a little bit careful, watch especially when going through doors or something, they often are situated there, popular doorways. Be sure to check left and right quickly before you rush into it. Actually, I wanted to recommend to you using so-called death angles. Okay, that's the angle right next to the door and the wall. If you expect an enemy to be rushing into a room, you can position yourself right next to the door, between the door and the wall, because most often, people will not check that corner, and they will be running into the room, and their back will be turned towards you, so you have lots of time to kill them off. That's a really good position if you expect enemies to be rushing into a room or an area. On the other hand, you yourself, you want to be more careful, of course. So this is very basic e-school sports, but for hobby players, it's not too common. Check your corners, okay? When rushing into a room, check left and right corners, because you will probably experience enemies situated there who are looking forward to shoot into your back. But if you come jumping pre-aimed around the doorway, checking those corners, best with one or two teammates, of course, so that you can check both corners at the same time. You can take away that advantage from the enemies and actually have the surprise factor for yourself to kill them off. Yes, talking about the trap wire, that that stuff is just a complete pain in the ass, honestly. To destroy it, you need more than one entire clip, and you cannot jump over it. So it's a waste of time. I would say just completely ignore the trap wires, take a different route, and leave it be, man. It's just a pain in the ass, honestly. Talking about the melee has been changed a little bit. Okay, so what you want to do, because the melee is no insta kill anymore, okay? It will leave the enemy with like 10 or 20 HP alive. So you first want to shoot a little bit, left click or like your shoot button, you can just spray. It just need to be like a second or half a second, and then melee to make sure you actually kill him off, okay? And also be where you need to be standing very, very close to your enemy. The radius of the melee is like super small this time, so you need to be standing directly inside his face to actually hit him. Talking about snipers, the Paladin will be the first sniper you can unlock, and it's one shit one shot kill sniper. Yeah, you already know what I think about it. Fucking quick scopers are back all over the place, but it is not necessarily every time a one shot kill weapon. For some reason, if you just scratch the surface of your enemy, he will again survive with 10 or 20 HP. So if you want to make sure that's a one shit shot kill weapon, what the hell, this word. Just put some attachments on top of it to increase its damage, okay? So also there will be a pistol, which is apparently a one-shot kill weapon. It's called Mozu, it's the last pistol, it's the revolver or whatever. It's unlocked with level 43. And yeah, apparently it's the strongest secondary available in the game. As long as you don't have that one, I recommend to use a shotgun, which also in very, very close distance is a one-shot kill weapon. If you want to increase its distance, again, use some attachments. One tip for the specialist Ruin. if you are using the grappling hook, shoot as high as possible. And when you are at the highest position in the air, actually release the grappling hook by pressing jump button, space or what X or whatever it is on consoles, and then you can fly throughout the air without the grappling hook, and during that air time you can actually aim properly with zooming in and shooting down your enemies, resulting in some epic airtime kills. Yo! So, that's pretty much it. If you liked it, yeah, I will be putting out a lot of content like this, so please make sure to subscribe and check out my Twitch channel. I'm streaming pretty much every day. Let's enjoy Black Ops multiplayer and Prestige together. I would suggest. Yes, on Sundays and Wednesdays I'll be streaming up to 12 hours actually, so make sure to drop by. Um, Thank you very much for joining in. I hope it helps. If you have any tips and tricks out of your personal experience, please make sure to drop them in the comments. That would be a huge help. I'll be making more videos like that, and they can be inspired by your input. So, thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Let's get prestigious. Play of the game. Yes, for that we get a